The last few days have been a little emotionally challenging for me, as I have shared online, specifically when it comes to my back acne. But I'm realizing it's not my back acne, but it's the way my mind processes that and relates to that. And I want to share with you what I've been doing to emotionally process this breakout. I think that the reason that this has been so hard for me is because, even after I've cleared my skin, I still get breakouts during my period. That's normal. I think that this is hitting me so hard because it's reminding me and taking me back to a place where I was very emotionally unstable and unhappy. And I'm afraid of going back to that place. Let me show you my back. This is what it's been doing. These have really been taking an emotional toll on me. And again, my face, I'm wearing makeup today, obviously. My face is clear right now, and I should be celebrating that. Yet I've got 2 pimples down here, which of course I've counted. And then this has really been bothering me. And I think that the reason that it's shaking me up so much, I'm trying to understand why I'm so afraid. And I'm realizing that it's not acne, but it's the way that I associate who I am and my identity and my work and my value as a human, how I associate that to acne. After clearing my skin, I feel like I've really put a label on myself of acne sufferer who now has clear skin. And the truth is that sometimes we have slip-ups, sometimes we have mistakes. The weather has been changing. I have not been washing my back like I do my face when it comes to skincare, and that's not something to be ashamed of, right? But it takes me back in my head to a place where I was so unhappy and so distraught. I'm afraid of being in that position again. So what have I been doing about it? The first thing I've been trying to do is compartmentalize my fears. Another huge thing for me is that I never felt like I had value growing up. And when I found YouTube, I felt like I had value as a human. I felt like I could connect to other people, and I felt like they made a difference in my life, and hopefully I was making a difference in theirs. Let's change that, not was, am. I love YouTube because I feel like I make a difference in people's lives, and that feels really, really good. But after having cleared my skin, it makes me question how credible I am. It makes me question how far I've come. I'm like, oh, have I not come anywhere? Is it all for nothing? And in my head, I know that's not true, but it feels like it is. And again, it comes down to self-worth. When I was younger, it was, if I'm not pretty, I am worth nothing. Then it became, if I do not have money, money is what I am worth. And then it became, I am worth what I give to people. And again, why can't I just feel intrinsically worthy as a human, as opposed to needing to attach that to owning something or being of service to others? I think I love giving back and I love being of service to others, but I realize and I recognize that it's dangerous for me to tie my value and my identity to that. Because the second that I can't help someone or someone is unhelpable, I would take that personally. And the second that I am not in a place or that I get shaken up, if I don't feel useful in some way, there goes my identity. It's not a good idea to tie my value to something else. And I just wish that I felt worthy as a human. And this breakout is kind of forcing me to recognize that maybe that's something I still haven't done. So what am I really doing to deal with this? I'm kind of accepting it. This is a fact of life. Something I learned in CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, is to think about the worst possible thing that could happen and to sit in a safe place, which I am in a safe place, and to literally go through your mind and think about the worst possible outcomes. And let me tell you, that is anxiety inducing, it is panic attack inducing, and in the past I have had panic attacks and anxiety attacks. What really helped me with my anxiety attacks is actually exercise, because I realized that I can have my heart beat quickly and I can like feel sweaty without having it be related to a terror experience. It can be fun, like exercise. But walking myself through the worst possible scenario and realizing I would still be okay. Even if the worst possible experience happened, even if my face exploded with acne and I started self-harming again, and I was in a very dark place and some very negative people in my past showed up and I was in physical danger, I would still be okay. Because even if that's the worst thing that happens, I have been through it. I now have people who I can call. I now have emotional resources that I can use to deal with this. This is not the end of the world, obviously. It just feels that way in my head, and it feels that way so strongly. It's very, very scary. Speaking of people, I have 2 events that I'm supposed to see family, and then I'm supposed to see friends who feel like family to me. Well, I guess they're both friends who feel like family to me. Parivar, dabarhe. And I've considered not going. They're both on the same day. I've considered not going to either. But I'm trying to surround myself with friends and family that I feel comfortable with. And I'm trying not to isolate myself like I have done in the past. I'm making an effort to reach out. I am also making an effort to stay busy. I feel like that's important for me. I don't want to distract myself from processing the feelings, but I do want to distract myself from the negative feelings. So that's what I've been doing. I did put on makeup today. I don't know why. And even when I was doing it, I was like, what am I doing? Am I trying to impress others? Am I trying to impress myself? And I realized like halfway through, this is just literally what I used to do every day when I had acne on my face. And it made me feel better. It was a shield that I could use to face the world. It was a mask that also built a wall that kept me in. But it was a stepping stone of confidence for me. I've always said that makeup was what taught me to love myself without makeup. Because with makeup, I could take on the world. And then I realized I could harness that feeling even when I wasn't wearing it. And that's what helped me feel confident going makeup free. And again, I'm not even breaking out, so I don't need makeup. I don't think anyone needs makeup whether or not they're breaking out. We shouldn't be ashamed of our acne. But today it was a habit or a routine that I haven't practiced in a long time. And I put makeup on. Also, I recognize that in the past couple of days since summer, I guess it's not officially summer, but like if you're looking at an academic year, summer, I was with my parents, and sometimes, I love my parents, but sometimes being in their home, in that space takes me back to a place where I was in a very dark place. I don't spend all of my time there. And so naturally I remove myself and I put myself into my own space. And it's hard because being a YouTuber is kind of lonely sometimes. We're hyper connected online, but if I don't make an effort, I don't get out and I don't see people, you know, and especially if you're not going to classes or if an academic year is over and you're not forced to have human connection, it's kind of lonely. I was talking to one of my friends, Andrew, about this, and I love my parents. I love it there so much, but I recognize that sometimes it can be triggering. There's a specific mirror in the living room that is really triggering because that's where I used to stand and just pick at my skin until it would bleed. Again, I'm realizing that maybe it's not just that one mirror. Maybe it's this, like maybe that place, if I'm in a negative space, can be triggering to me. The last thing that I've tried to do, other than this cognitive behavioral therapy, accepting myself, reaching out to friends, putting on makeup, and staying busy, is just trying to take it a moment at a time. Reminding myself, that's the other thing is that June is Acne Awareness Month, and I feel like there's this extra pressure to be acne positive. And I love the acne awareness community. I love the acne acceptance community. I feel like I'm a part of it. But I guess I always, or currently, and this stems to something deeper, but I feel like I don't fit in. Sometimes I really feel like I don't fit in. Anywhere. And even in the acne community, I feel like it's okay to be super acne positive, or you could just not be part of the community. But if you're part of the community and you're struggling because you want to accept yourself for acne, with acne, but you're struggling to do that, it feels shameful to be there. It feels like I shouldn't be there. So, cuddling lots of kitties. If you have gone through this, or if you have ever attached your self-worth to something else, and if you have any advice on how to take yourself out of this kind of a space, I would really appreciate a comment on that. What I used to do in the past is that I would tape up my mirrors so I couldn't see them, and I would write positive affirmations. And that's the funny thing about positive affirmations. They work in one of two ways. You can either read them and believe them, but that like hardly ever happens unless you're already feeling confident. Or you read them and you're like, that's bullshit. And then you go judge yourself. But I have found that if I put positive affirmations and if I say them enough, even if the first 100 times I'm like, oh, that's bullshit. If I just read them enough, they finally start playing in my head and I can focus on the aspects of myself that I do enjoy or appreciate. And that makes it better for me. And then I start believing these affirmations. But again, if I'm trying to compliment myself on my eyes, or compliment myself on, you know, how I give back to others, or the volunteer work that I've done, or the things that I feel proud of, it's again attaching my identity to something external as opposed to just saying you're good enough as you are. Any psychologists out there? Anyways, I look forward to speaking with you. I thank you for giving me a safe place to process this. Some people are like, kill yourself. Literally, a comment said, kill yourself. I was like, okay, that's nice. I could be taking a break. Some people are like, take a break. You deserve a break. I don't want to take a break. Like, I love YouTube and I feel special here. It's just that my head right now is playing some games with me, and I'm doing what I can to make it better. New videos are going to be coming that are not like this, because I'm going to force myself to do these social things. I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. Maybe I should dance. I haven't danced or worked out because I've been afraid of working out, because I'm afraid of sweating, because I'm afraid of having back acne. But that usually is something, just hiking in the woods or being in the ocean makes me feel better. So maybe I'll go do that. I love you, and I hope you're having a beautiful day. If you don't know what this video is about, here's the first video explaining it, and here's the second video explaining it. Okay? I love you, beautiful butterflies. Hope you're having a beautiful day.